Welcome to Drew Pearson Live. I am the original number 88, Drew Pearson, and we have a great show lined up for you today. Former Dallas Cowboy Wendell Davis and the coaching staff from the Texas Revolution are here, and they're going to preview their upcoming season. We also have our friend Paul Salfin, and he's going to give us a look into the movie Lazarus Effect and his great interview with the very talented Olivia Wilde. And in our Hail Mary Heroes segment, we have Darnell and Danielle Jones here to tell us about the power to give. That's all coming up later this hour, but first, it's time for your Dallas Sports Minute. The word out of Valley Ranch is that the Cowboys want DeMarco Murray signed to a long-term deal. In an interview at the Combine, Jerry hinted that the Cowboys have more flexibility in signing Murray than previously thought. One thing for sure, we know Jerry isn't afraid to bust out the checkbook if he thinks he's got a shot at the Super Bowl, which is exactly what the Cowboys will be aiming for next season. Amare Stoudemire, he's off to a great start for your Dallas Mavericks. Stoudemire scored 14 points, pulled down 3 rebounds in just 11 minutes of action in his debut, followed by a 6.3 rebound game on Tuesday against the Toronto Raptors. And the Rangers, they have picked up the 2016 option for Adrian Beltre. Beltre is the heart of the Rangers offense and will be heavily relied upon if the Rangers are going to make a run at the playoffs this season. Sportsweek is coming up next. We got RJ Choppy at the Sports Desk, so stick around because Drew Pearson Live starts, hey, right about now. Hut, hut!
Drew Pearson Live is brought to you by Whataburger. The Chicken Strip Monterey Melt is a brand new spin on legendary flavors. Get it while you can at Whataburger.
Welcome back to Drew Pearson Live. I'm joined at the Sports Desk. This is RJ Choppy from 105.3 The Fan. And I appreciate you taking the time to join us today, RJ.
Anytime. Good to see you again. Always good.
You know, people see or hear your voice every morning on The Fan, but now they get to see the face. This is what RJ Choppy looks like. Now you can put the voice with a face, and you even watch or listen even more. You know, I talked in the opening about the Cowboys, and, you know, we'll see how Dez's situation pans out through the week, but we do know that DeMarco Murray, the Cowboys want to sign him to a long-term deal. You think that could happen?
I do, although I don't think I think it's going to happen from the Cowboys' perspective. Like, they want to go after him. I don't know from DeMarco's perspective whether or not he's going to wind up taking enough of a pay cut that's going to take to keep him here. Marshawn Lynch got about $10 million a year, or at least that's the rumor. Jamal Charles has about $9 million a year. DeMarco kind of sees himself not quite up to what Marshawn is, but he had a better year. Right? So I think that we're going to see DeMarco get somewhere in between 7 and 10, whereas the Cowboys right now are at 4 years, $16 million. So that's only $4 million a year. If they come up to 6, and it's a $1 million difference, then I think DeMarco gives a kind of a hometown discount. Yeah, it's just about the Cowboys going up that high.
Yeah, I think DeMarco definitely wants to be with the Cowboys, but, you know, sometimes in the NFL, when you get that opportunity for that one big contract, especially for a running back, you need to take advantage of it. And he would like to stay here, but if the money is so different, much different somewhere else, then you can't blame him for moving on.
No, running backs get one deal, right? Yeah. You get one. You got to take the money. And I don't think anybody really would blame him. I mean, we would all do this if we were in the same. Yeah. You take the money. Quarterback, you got 20 years. 15 years, then you can kind of play where the system fits, where you like to live, where your family likes to live. But, you know this is a business for these guys. And, you know, DeMarco Murray is not only setting up himself, but he's setting up his kids for life. He's got to look at that. Yeah. So if he can get 3 years and $21 million from the Raiders, or 4 years, 16 from the Cowboys, I mean, I don't know that it's really a choice, right?
Yeah, you can't turn that kind of money down, especially at that, like I said, that running back position. And as you said, they only have opportunity to get that one contract. If you're going to leave $4 million or so on the table, God bless you.
I know, right?
I know. Cowboys always dominate the sports talk, but it is basketball season, and you're talking about setting themselves up. The Dallas Mavericks bringing in Amare Stoudemire, man, that really sets them up for the playoffs runs.
Well, It does, because I mean he's going to wind up being the sixth man coming off the bench, and that's a pretty good sixth man to have.
Amen.
The great thing about Amare is you're not going to ask him to do what he did in Phoenix in like 2005.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that kind of player anymore. The guy's got knees that have been ripped up. He had an eye injury several years ago. He's 12 to 18 minutes. If you can get, I know it's asking a lot, but I'm not even asking for a point per minute. How about 3/4 of a point per minute? If he plays 18 minutes and you're getting 12 points, well, that's a win.
Yeah.
You know, that's a win for him because he's going to give you more than Tyson Chandler is offensively. Defensively, he's not. But it allows you to take Dirk off the floor when he's on there. It allows you to take other guys off the floor when he's out there if he's an offensive threat. And the best part is they don't have to make plays for him. They don't have to sit. He's a low post guy. It's not like he's a guard where you've got to have the ball in his hands. He only gets the ball when you want to give him the ball. You know, it's easier. The further away from the ball you are, the easier, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. And he'll work for his points. You know, the offensive rebounds and things like that. And that's what this team needs. And I see him fitting in real nice. I just don't know if he's going to be satisfied with the minutes he's going to get. Because once you get closer to the playoffs, you're jockeying position. Dirk's got to get his minutes. Chandler's got to get his minutes, and that might make a little limited minutes for Amare.
It might, but think of it this way: these guys want to be on the floor at the end of games.
Yes.
Crunch time. I think you're going to find that Amare's going to be on the floor a lot of times at the end of the game, especially if they're behind.
Right.
You got to catch up. I mean, then he's definitely going to be on the floor.
Yeah. So that might work out good. And
we'll
and if the Rondo thing works out, we'll see how that goes.
Man, well, I'll tell you with this. Same thing happened here when Jason Kidd first got here.
Right.
Jason Kidd's one of the smartest players ever in league history. He struggled with Avery Johnson. They didn't get along. He played for him about 3 months, March till they got knocked out. Rick Carlisle comes in the next season, and it takes Kidd almost a full year to really figure out what Rick wanted. But more importantly, for Rick to gain the trust to just hand over the offense to him. That's what Rick's not doing now. He's not doing that with Rondo. And he didn't do it in Indiana, and he didn't do it in Detroit, and he didn't do it with Jason Kidd at the very beginning. He's got to hand over. Rajon Rondo's been in the league for a while. He's won championships. Give him the offense.
Right. I think that's why they're clashing, because Rondo has won a championship. Rick, of course, has won a championship. And he said, I know what it takes. And Rick says, I know what it takes. So they're going to have a little clash there. But I think they'll be able to work it out as the season goes on. Let's talk a little Rangers. We got a few seconds left. That's all we're going to give the Rangers. I'm sorry, Rangers. We like you better than that. But Adrian Beltre, to lock him up for another season, man, that's big, because this guy is the ultimate leader on that baseball team. He
is. He's been the best player they've had for a while now. And he's getting up there in age. He's probably got these 2 good years left. Sometimes when it goes, though, it'll go. It'll go quick for these guys. They hit up in that mid-30s, late 30s. But I haven't seen any signs of decline from him yet. Defensively, offensively, this really was a no-brainer. Now it just comes down to their top 3 in their rotation. Gallardo, Holland, Yu Darvish. Those guys pitch their capability and they stay healthy all year. This is a team they can win some games, because those pitchers will keep them in it. Other than that, if they don't, man, the lineup's going to have to really carry it.
Don't forget about Derek Holland, too. He's back now and feeling healthy and excited to go, because he missed all of last season. But signing Beltre is good, because he's the leader on that team, but they need his power there, because their outfield, you know, they're not really a power outfield. Sin Chu, I think, led the outfield with 13 homers, man, and they need more power production in their lineup, and Adrian will bring that.
They need it from Martin, and they need it from Leonys Martin. They need it from Chu as well. And they got to have Prince have a bounce back year. He was hurt last year. He's got to be a bounce back.
Almost forgot all about him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If Beltre and Chu and Prince are all hit in the middle of that lineup, and Martin kind of brings up, depending on where they put him, now you've got something. Now you got a good little part of the order.
All right, well, we'll see how it pans out for the Mavericks, the Cowboys, and, of course, the Texas Rangers as well. RJ Choppy, great stuff, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us. That's RJ Choppy from 105.3 The Fan. And up next is our Hail Mary Heroes of the Week, Darnell and Danielle Jones from Power Hands. So stay tuned, and they're going to tell us all about the power to give, and that'll happen right after this.